Hi, this is Lou Agave from Long Island Lou Tequila. Please follow my social media. Today, I have a brand that I just found in Mexico. I've seen it before, but I was unfamiliar with it. And this is Hacienda Vieja. This is a Blanco. And these are the original creators of Cazadores. That's right, Cazadores, the one we all grew up with. Got it right here. This was the bomb. So Cazadores is the same family that is making this now, okay, at the same distillery. Felix Bañuelos was the man who made Cazadores at NOM 1412 in Arandas, where I just was a few days ago. He made this, okay, and it was world class. A lot of us grew up with this. This is great stuff. So what happened is, later on, he sold the company, to Bacardi. But that was after he built a bigger, newer distillery and moved in there. Then he sold it to Bacardi, and there was no diffuser until later when Bacardi built it. But it was a deal made where this family could not make 100% agave tequila for a number of years. So, they sold their new distillery, the larger one they had built, to Bacardi, and they went home, all right? But they kept the original distillery, which I was at, and it's old, and it's got a lot of good equipment. There's only 4 brands made there. There's Carrito made there now, Magenta, there's Don Felix, and there's this guy. So they were, when it was legal again, they came back and they're making again. So we were with Ana Maria Romero for the day, learning about Carrito over at this distillery. Later in the day, we went over to Rancho Santa Maria, and oh my goodness, the most gorgeous giant agaves, beautiful manicured field I've ever seen, leading up to the hacienda, where Ana Maria gave us this, lesson on additives, okay? How one drop makes a difference. And this is being certified additive free. I spoke to Grover last night. His paperwork is just about to go through. She gave this lesson, and I'm in there, and we're at this beautiful hacienda after we had visited distillery earlier in the morning. And who do I meet but the grandson of Felix, who made this? And I meet Juan Pablo Bañuelos with his wife. So Juan Pablo is telling me they have 3 expressions. He's the new CEO of this company, and he gave me this bottle, and it's the Mexican tax stamp. So you guys are looking at only 35 ABV, okay? This is only 70 proof, all right? But in America, it's being sold as 40. It has to be legally. He told me it's the same profile, just with a little more alcohol. A lot of that's done for tax reasons, and they lower it down in Mexico. So he gave me a lot of good information. He told me about this brand, and he told me how when you own a distillery and you own agaves, you can keep the price down. When I tell you the price it is, you're going to flip out. So they also make Don Felix, which is in homage to his grandfather. And it's a little higher level brand, I believe, and they make that there as well. It's one of the only 4 tequilas made at NOM 1412. So I was really impressed with this whole thing going on so far. And I'm going to do a review soon on the expressions of Don Felix as well, so stay tuned. So anyway, I have this, and I tried it, and I'm pretty impressed. I have to say, it's, for the price, it's a real bargain. It's a definite amazing mixer, but I sipped it, and I can sip it, and I think it's pretty good. And I'm going to tell you now, because I can't hold on much longer. I just saw this online for $16.99 on Drizzly. This is unbelievable. I mean, I got to tell you, I even saw it a lot lower than that, but I don't know if it was a mistake or not. I mean, the prices are insane. In the U.S., the Bañuelos are very, very popular and prominent in the Arandas area. So they use 7-year agaves or more. They pick them from their own fields, and I saw some of those fields, and they're tremendous. They're beautiful. They use high-pressure autoclave. They use roller maceration. They use classical music, and they use it in their fermentation at low temperature with stainless steel. They do a double distillation in all stainless steel. And it's slightly rusted, I understand. Stainless, I'm sure. So I tried this. It's crystal clear like water. Crystal clear. Ana Maria gave us the tour of the whole distillery. It's all stainless, but it's spotless. It's old. It's really cool. You can feel the history with the Cazadores in there from years and years ago. And they're trying to bring back some of that tradition again. And the distillery is called Destiladora de los Altos. Let's try this with the screw cap. Nothing fancy with the bottle, but who cares? It's what's inside. And again, you're going to try this. In America, it's going to be 40 ABV instead of 35, which I have here. It's got the easy fill top, so you can't spill it. Yeah, I mean, this looks pretty clear, pretty nice. It has a pretty nice smell too. You get some cooked agave, not a ton. It's not very complicated in the nose. It's floral, that's for sure. It's got light anise, some mint, light cinnamon. I would say some butter. It's kind of mellow, but it's nice and clean. It's got light butter. It's got a very light little bit of smoke. Minerals, I would say some pepper, like a white pepper, some brine. Got a little bit of light vanilla. Got some alcohol. It's got fresh, it's herbal. Not that complicated, but it's a nice, pleasant nose. There's nothing wrong with this. I'm telling you, you imagine $16.99, and I saw it for a ridiculous price. I won't even mention it here because it has to be a mistake, which was almost half that price. I mean, insane. So, you know, he explained to me, I was texting with Juan Pablo last night, great guy, and he was telling me, he was being honest. He was saying, when you own a distillery and you own the agaves, when you're not hand labeling and it's not a fancy box and a bottle and a presentation and you're purposely keeping it simple, you can keep the price low. And he was actually telling me that's what they do. So you guys are going to be surprised. Look, it's not the world's best tequila I've ever had, but I'm going to be honest with you. For $16.99, let's call it that. You even want to call it $20 to be fair. This is a bomb, and this is, you could sip it, and it's a great mixer. Add this to the list. So you guys see my lists? You hear me talking about all the good stuff? This is new to me for the most part, Hacienda Vieja. Add this to the list of pretty decent tequila that you could sip. Definitely amazing for mixing for an amazing price. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with the nose. I kind of like it. It's mild. It's mild, but it's clean. It's light. It's nice, though. I mean, it's buttery, herbal. It's got some cooked agave. It's cinnamon, light pepper. You know, not overly sweet. Not overly sweet, which is cool, you know. It's got a little bit of alcohol, not a lot. Maybe a little citrus. So listen, it was great to meet these people. They were wonderful. They gave me some history. Whenever you can have a brand that's made by the same family at the same distillery that made this, you can't go wrong. Trust me. And for this kind of money, like $20 in the US, you want to really grab this. I mean, especially for mixing. And you might be surprised when you try to sip it. It's good. I like it a lot. I'm going to give something like this an 83 on Tequila Matchmaker. It's a great deal for the price. It really is. So this is Hacienda Vieja. I recommend it. I think you should run out and check this out. If you see it, you might be really pleasantly surprised.